Yeah, so slide sums it up, but basically I started life as a software engineer and did well in the 2002 boom, and then sort of dutifully moved on to doing some philanthropy and realized that I was too young to retire and I really wanted to build businesses. So I went to the Bainbridge Graduate Institute Triple Bottom Line MBA, which was I've now learned sort of a offshoot of the original social venture network. A lot of the same folks. And then I lucked into, in the 2008 downturn, a chance to go to bank lending school when they might not have otherwise let me in because I was willing to pay. So that was very helpful. So I've been angel investing since 2006. I started in Investor Circle, which was the investment group that's now part of Social Venture Circle. So nice to meet you, Pam. Then I did a bunch of other angel groups, but I really wanted to focus in my community and in Seattle. And the more investing I did, the more people who got to know me. So after a while, I didn't need to be in an angel group to hear about deals. So since 2006, I have invested in over 30 businesses. I've greatly tuned up my game of being a direct lender and monitoring loans. I've done equity. I've done a couple lines of credit. I have not directly done revenue-based finance. I am an investor in Fledge, so that's my exposure to that. I'm currently on the boards of HeroClip, which is a cool multi-function gadget clip, and Farm Power, which was founded out of BGI, and we own manure digesters in Washington and Oregon and generate electricity. And I'm a board observer on Better Bean, which is a Portland-based company. And I'm on the LP advisory committee for Renewal 4, which is a fund, and they invest in food and environment. And I'm now working with New Flowers Gluten-Free Bakery, which is a Seattle-based company growing into national scale wholesale.
All right, so hopefully you should be able to tell now why I invited Shaula to come on here. She has a lot of experience as an individual angel. She does not run a fund. She's not a startup lawyer. She's never run a fund. She's never been a partner at a fund. This is a great example of what happens if you get hooked on angel investing. You wind up, how many years later? 14, 15 years later with 30 investments.
And you quit when they don't exit for 10 years.
Yeah, you were not in Community Source Capital or Moving Worlds or
I was in CSC.
Okay, well, that was a revenue-based deal. So you have done revenue-based investing.
Oh, okay, good.
And we will talk about that deal in a little bit.
I guess you're right. I did get a little bit of revenue back on that one.
We did. I think it was a 0.1x return. It was less than one. Yeah, but it has a good story, and we'll talk about that as a success and failure case. All right, so this is me for everyone who's new to this week. My name's Luni. I always say I'm a serial entrepreneur who does investing. I too am a former techie. I spent 20 years, in this case, I started software companies for 20 years. And then I discovered BGI way after Shaula did. So I discovered it in 2011. I happened to live on Bainbridge Island. It's based on Bainbridge Island. And I was looking for some place to go and mentor and help out. I had been an entrepreneur by then for a long time. And I was trying to find some place where I could just help the next generation of entrepreneurs. And as we'll see, we'll talk about timing in a little bit. My timing was terrible. It was a few years before Startup Weekend became big. John introduced himself earlier. He's a facilitator there and has been almost since the beginning. It was before the accelerators came around. There was one in Seattle called Techstars, which is still here and it's huge now, but it was kind of new back then. I just couldn't find a place to fit in. And then BGI just grabbed me and put me in the back of the room and said, help. And about 9 months later, they said, do you want to teach? So I got to do that for about 8 years. And it was a great run. Bainbridge Graduate Institute eventually ran out of students because the world woke up to the importance of triple bottom line, social good, sustainability. And every business school started adding that in. And we merged in with Presidio Graduate School, and then they left Seattle. And so it exists, but it's not there anymore. They inspired me to go do more with my life. So my second career is wrapped around this organization called Fledge. Fledge is a global network of business accelerators that work on social and environmental good. And out of Fledge, popped the Angel Accelerator with inspiration from the Seattle Angel Conference. Out of Fledge popped last year Africa Eats, which is a Pan-African holding company. We'll talk about that a little bit later. And Out of Fledge popped this really strange nonprofit called Realize Impact. We take philanthropy and we turn it into impact investing. And we do that for donor advised funds and family foundations and anybody who wants to donate money to us. We just make it easy to do impact investing. Now, the Angel Accelerator, we did it last year as Fledge. And now this year, we're doing it as Fledge again here in the States. We have a partner called the Africa Venture Philanthropy Alliance that's doing it in Africa. We have a partner up in Canada called Spring that's doing it up in Canada. And we're talking to like a dozen more organizations who want to run these things. And so we've launched this as a global cooperative entity. One reason we did it that way is that one of our partners that'll be on this map soon is Start.coop. It's the first business accelerator for co-ops, for cooperative companies. It's part of the Fledge network based out of Boston. And they're kind of guiding us on how to do cooperative entities. The other reason is we just want to see more angels in the world. So if you know anyone else in the world who runs an organization that wants to train angels, let us know. We want to train the people to make angels.